Welcome to This Commerce Life. We are an unscripted podcast dedicated to small businesses and entrepreneurs in the retail and consumer packaged goods space in Canada and the United States.
I am Phil Chang, co-host and co-founder.
And I'm Kenny Vanucci, co-host and co-founder of This Commerce Life.
Our love is the journey to retail, and our passion is sharing that with you every week.
All I can do, baby. All I got.
Hello.
All I got is me.
Oh my god! Oh my god! We're just talking about what a rock star Kelly Ison is.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
You're
It's
like
just been
everywhere. I
Well,
love
we're
it.
trying to get
so
into
much.
Canada, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah. I want you here. I have a dog now, so
What?
you know,
No way.
must. Yeah.
Why
I
didn't
have
you
a dog.
tell me?
Yeah. I have a dog. I've she's turning 4, so we got her.
Did I know that?
pre- I have
probably
no
knew
idea
it.
because I haven't talked to you in that long, right? Like, I think I talked to you a little bit in between, and then you and I text every now and then. But
Yeah.
so 2018. Shit.
She must
No,
have known.
2020,
I think I saw a
2020,
picture.
2019, I think. I can't remember now. Just pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, we got her, and then the pandemic,
We would
and
have talked about her on the podcast, though. We had Kelly on once a podcast.
oh no, Kelly.
COVID, wasn't it?
Kelly. Hang on. I'll tell you when Kelly Ison was on. I think Kelly
You
Ison
did.
might be an
I was
OG.
number 27.
That
Yep,
long
we
ago?
were number 27, you told me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
It's
That's
just
right.
because I've
Oh
seen
my
you here
God.
and there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
June
No.
19th,
That would've been when?
2018.
2018.
No way.
2018. June
Oh, okay. Forget that.
We were
2018.
so young then. We thought we knew everything, but so young.
So young and so naive.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Oh my god.
Oh man!
That is awesome. I didn't know. So, and were you still with that company? What was the company's name?
Probably.
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Nimi.
Yeah, I was asking you. I'm
Hubba?
sorry.
Me?
Yeah, Hubba.
No, I think I was done because this podcast, the podcast, is
Started in
after
November
Nimi.
prior.
Yeah, but it was after Nimi, I think, or it was right at the end of Nimi.
Right
I
after,
can't remember.
right at the
During
end.
Nimi.
It must
Yeah.
have been-
Or no, during Nimi, but
Wow.
after
Right.
Hubba. Sorry.
After Hubba.
Yeah.
Crazy
Yeah.
times. I
Yeah.
can't believe it's been that long. And again, I feel like we touch base here and there or see
Yeah,
each other at a show.
Yeah. We do.
But
We
it's
do.
just
But
been,
Wow.
yeah.
I'm just saying how crazy it is for us, Kenny. It's just, we just finally got global Pet Expo's orders in our system. I mean, that was 3 weeks ago, I think.
Yeah.
That's the way it works, though. And that's probably the last time we saw you, Global 2020.
That was
2020.
it? Oh, yeah, because
Yeah,
it was right
that's
when
right.
everybody was talking about it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Just before we
Yeah.
shut down.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I listen to your podcast whenever I'm driving, which isn't always often, but I love it because you guys make me laugh.
Aw.
Like you
Thank you.
guys go on these little, but it's so funny because you go on these little tangents, and
Yeah.
then somebody either tells the other person that, all right, bring it back in. I don't know if you text each other and say, oh, okay, time to bring the story back in, and then
No.
all of a sudden you start at, it's awesome.
So you know who goes on the tangents? We already know it's me. And it's always Phil reining me
Yes.
back in. That's okay. I already know.
No,
That's his fault, though. He starts me up. He gets me wound up. And then I go,
It is-
and then, pulls it back. And then, well, what'd you start it for?
But it is amusing to wind you up, though. I have to say.
It's
It is
not hard.
funny. It is funny, but it's really, well, you're kind of like me, Kenny, because it's just someone could say something to get me going,
Yeah, it doesn't
and
take
then do it
much.
so that I will, it doesn't take much.
Huh.
And then I get it out of my system and I'm good for
Yeah,
a
I'm
little
good to
bit,
go.
but somebody could wind me up quickly.
Same.
Oh my
Always
God.
ready to
my
go.
God.
It is. Okay, wait.
Always.
So for
And then-
everybody listening, we have Kelly Ison
sorry.
on. That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's all good. This is kind of what we do. But Kelly runs Einstein Pet, and Einstein Pet is amazing. So if you're in the US, they're like everywhere. If you're in Canada, they are coming eventually, right?
Okay.
But if you can get your hands on
Yeah.
some, you 100% should. Literally every dog I've ever given this to loses their mind over the over her snacks and her treats. So, but we haven't had Kelly on since episode 27, which is June of 2018. So we got, I don't actually,
This is got to be
you and
close to
I,
episode 300 then.
yeah, we're at 295.
Published.
We released,
Really?
published 295. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I wasn't invited for the 300th episode.
You might be it.
I have. Oh,
Oh,
really?
I don't know. And now that all depends on how the
Oh,
podcast
I don't know
goes.
what just happened there because she kind of threw some shade at us. So I don't know what we
That's
do
what
now.
I'm saying. It could be. I'm not saying it is. You could be 299, 301. It's really up to you.
I would like to be 300,
Well,
not
that's up to
299 or
you.
301.
You got 45 minutes to prove that one.
Oh my
Well,
God.
hey, that's life in the big city.
Tell us what is going on with you. Like you are, because I see you come up. Like we do talk by text every now and then, but I'm seeing you come up all over the place. Like what is going on with you in the biz? Like cool things, I think.
Great news. I don't know if in Canada everyone knows about Dog Food Advisor. It may only be the U.S., but they don't take in, you can't say, hey, I'd like to be on your list, and hey, could you check our product out? It's just whether or not they like your product and they select you. It's a huge deal. So we were just selected for our luau time for Dog Food Advisor, and they just did a huge announcement on it. Yeah, it's great.
Wow.
Because it's just, all natural organic ingredients. And so we were just on that. And then we were just talking about global and how it was such a success for us. I mean, we've gone every year now since launching in the pet industry in 2012. And what we saw is where our placement was such a great aisle. Even though you get an option and you select where you want to be, you don't always, you cross your fingers and your toes and hope you land where you want to be.
Yeah.
And so we got a great aisle, and people were coming by like crazy, couldn't keep up with people coming by. We were told that they tried several times, but there was like probably 3-4 rows out from our booth to see us.
Wow.
And it's amazing. I know. I wish you guys would have been there. It was just a great show. It was in a different building than they've had in past years, and I think they're going to keep it there.
Okay.
But so we've been doing that, and it's just global was great. And then we're heading to Super Zoo. But what we've been doing is really looking at how we do our products, and we took our customers' feedback, and ever since you and I talked, we look at our customers' feedback, and the feedback is, hey, you have an 8 ounce, but we're really looking to buy a 6 ounce, and this is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And so we made a 6 ounce. We launched last year in August, September, a new collection of 6 ounce packaging that has just been flying off the shelves. We can't keep it in stock. And it's just been wonderful. It's everything we had hoped for when we started the company, but now it's really where I feel like if this had happened to us when we started the company, and you and I have talked about this, that sometimes you're just not ready. You really do need to put your feet on the ground,
some time.
Do the hard work. Yeah, you do. And because then you get the networking down, you can figure out who you have to talk to get what you need to scale.
Yeah.
And that's where we are now. We're looking to scale more so than we've ever done, which is looking at 3PL and additional co-packers as partners.
Wow. This is so exciting.
That's a little different than the last time.
It's very exciting. Can you believe it?
Wow.
No, I can believe it. I've been waiting for you guys to like blow up. So I think that's amazing. Like, I think
that's fantastic.
I think you guys have just done some like crazy work. And then like 2012, right? Like, being able to push through this is amazing.
And we also talked about looking at Canada. So we connected with a gentleman in Canada that is actually starting to help us with Amazon, as well as placement in Canada, and working with distributors if possible. So we just started that process. It's probably going to take a few months for us to get there.
Hurry up, Kelly.
The goal is
hurry up. All I have to say is hurry up.
Yeah, really.
Well, we'll have to look at our packaging, right? Because I didn't know this, but in Canada, Canada, you have to do all packaging no matter where you are in French, right?
Yes,
English
we're like
And
California.
So yeah, you kind of are, and
Yeah.
so we have to do.
No,
all
we're not
packaging
kind of
in
are.
French.
We are like California.
Yeah, we're very much like
Anything
California.
you got to do for California, you kind of need to do for Canada.
Which
Do you know
is
what I mean?
weird
Like,
though,
just,
because
yeah.
if you're doing in French, it's really no English. It's all French. They want everything translated on the packaging.
But it's English French on the packages, and
Yeah,
you got to
yeah,
be
it's
careful.
English
Like
French.
if you want it in Quebec, it's not just English French; it has to be the same size in the some of the
can't be
areas.
smaller.
It can't be smaller. So on the front, if dog food or whatever it is in 10-point font, it needs to be the same in French.
Yeah.
It's funny, yes. So you have to have all the font sizes. So we started looking, or I should say, we're going to start looking at a translator for our packaging, and see what we need to do for that, and not kind of take the cart before the horse, but we want to be ready. So when they say, yes, we want to bring you in, then they give us that time to do it. We're not going to do it before they give us the
No.
Yeah.
No,
That's right. That's right.
To.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't it be crazy if I just went ahead and did it and they said, sorry, especially
Don't kid
with
yourself.
the
Just people have
exchange
done that.
rate.
That's not well in the world of abnormal.
That's kind of normal, actually.
Yeah,
Kelly.
that's
You wouldn't believe the number of people like, I don't understand. I did the work. I thought this was a thing, and you're like, actually,
well, it could be a thing.
It was only
not
kind
this
of a
moment
thing, but just not right now. Thing.
Could be a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Right. Right, and we do want it to be, and they are very, I mean, a couple of distributors, they are very interested in us, but this exchange rate is just killing everybody, and things are, even though they said things weren't going to slow down, they're starting to slow down just a bit.
Yeah.
So we'll see where that takes us as far as that. So it's really trying to pull the reins a little bit, not get ahead of ourselves on scaling too much, that we end up not making any money at the end of the day because we scaled it too quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're better off to scale like a state by state or take a region. You know what I mean? Like if you're not, let's say you weren't strong in Texas, well, then go after Texas as opposed to going after a whole country or, even going nutty in your country.
That because we just hired a rep team in the Northeast to help us get strong in the Northeast.
That makes sense.
Because we have the Mid-Atlantic and we have all that, and we know we can really pick up business there. So we just talked to them the other day. They brought us on board, and it'll work well when we bring on a national distributor. And we're actually talking to a couple national distributors as well.
I think that's how the nationals want it anyway. You got to go into your region.
Yeah.
Get a hub. Like you got to grab the hubs, right? So they want you to have, 100 customers around that particular DC and 100 around the other. And so if you can do that, it just makes it so much easier for you to move international with them, right?
Yes. And it's so true. But it's a little bit of a hiccup on some of these national as well, along with the hubs, is because the national in the U.S., they've had a couple of hiccups. They merged with some companies, and then they unmerged, and so they're both trying to come out of that,
right,
and see what that means for brands, right? What do they want as their brands? What are they going to represent? And then they want to know, as a business, what are you going to give to be part of their national brand?
Right.
They all want something. All of them.
Nothing's for free, man. Nothing's for free.
What are you talking about? Of course it's free.
Nothing's for free.
Of course.
Unless you're in Phil's world.
But why? Does Phil get everything free?
Well, apparently in his mind, he seems to. I don't know where he gets that, but sure.
No, I don't get anything for free. I wish I did.
The rest of us, Kelly, live in our world. Nothing's for free.
I did, but no, I don't get anything free. It'd be nice to get free stuff.
Come on.
There's some freebies.
Nobody gives you anything when they're on your show?
Oh, no, we got samples. We do.
Oh, yeah, we get samples.
Yeah, we get samples.
Well, that's free.
Yeah, those are free.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Hey, you guys get some good samples. I've heard some of those people that come on there and the stuff they make. Oh my God! I mean, seriously.
There's some pretty amazing things.
We've been pretty lucky. No, you're right. We actually do get some nice stuff.
Lie. We get some nice stuff. So, yeah.
We've had some really good snacks, especially like.
Oh my God, the snacks are like. Yeah.
Amazing, right? You hear they describe what goes into it and what they're doing, and I can't name any off the top of my head, but I can tell you that listening to them, it's like, oh my God, I'll take one of those.
Yes.
Yeah,
You've had
that's pretty
some
much the way it
great
is.
people on.
Yes. That is 100% true.
Yeah, I'd say that too.
That is 100% true. We definitely get some really good snacks. We get some really fun stuff. Yeah, it's good.
No, we're pretty fortunate.
And you get fun people. You have fun people on there, like me, Mink, of course.
100%. That was a given.
You are hilarious. Like having you on is super fun. Super fun.
I don't hear you laughing, but okay.
I'm smiling like
you
crazy.
are. We're smiling. We're both just smiling and
yeah.
giggling here. It's all good.
Are you kidding? Just hearing your voice is so nice. Like I love it.
I know. It's been way too long. Just way too long.
Yeah, it definitely has. Yeah.
And I still have my dog, Abby, by the way, that
Abby?
keeps bossing me around.
Yeah.
She bosses me around to no end and expects everything that she wants it when she wants it.
Yeah.
No, that's whatever. That's part of it, right?
Like you're talking to two husbands, so we don't necessarily. That's not different for us from anything else. So
yeah,
that's awesome.
I think if we asked Robert, it would be the same thing, but
probably.
I do boss him around. I do. I tell him everything he needs to do, and then he looks at me like, "Oh my God, you're bossy," and I know.
Yeah, and then he walks away and does it.
Tell me about, because when I talked to you last, you were moving, right? Because you also moved because you were in Florida before, and then you moved, right?
2020. We did. During the pandemic, we moved like mad people. Some people go to Florida and they can build their business, or the business is already built, because they're just moving it there. Florida wouldn't allow, we just couldn't grow there. It just was really a challenge. So we select after about 7 states, we picked Georgia. And we moved to Georgia during the pandemic, moved everything up here. And ever since 2020, it's just allowed us to grow by leaps and bounds. So we did move personally 3 times since we moved to Georgia.
Oh, really?
We bought a house.
Really?
Oh yeah, it was a lot of fun. Kidding. Moved, and in 1 year we sold the house that we moved into, bought another house about 30 minutes away, realized that's not really where we want to be. So a year later we sold it again, and now we're in North Georgia, which we are so happy to be up here.
Okay.
It's just beautiful up here. We're in mountains, everything, so we're happy.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
But you moved, because you moved for personal reasons, but you also moved for logistic reasons, right?
Yeah, a lot of things is like with our treats and getting them into Florida. So our recipes are made by a couple different bakers. We send in our recipes, they make them for us, they send them to us, and we do all the fulfillment.
Yeah.
So we moved for that because it was so hard, and the cost was expensive to get the product into Florida and then shipping back out, right? Shipping costs. So everything went down. Well, I should say that it's still costly to do freight and shipping, but it's gone down from being out of Florida and being here. And we also, with the 3PL that we're looking at and having them help us with some of the ordering process, they're in the Midwest. So it's going to help us there for shipping as well. And then the challenge is finding a co-packer. We found a couple, but we would prefer to have someone closer to us. It's just a challenge to find someone that can actually do it at the volume we want and not such a large volume, so we can still control the quality.
Right. That makes sense.
Makes total sense.
It makes sense, but it's hard, right? It's tricky.
Yeah.
It's a balancing act, and you don't want to give them everything all at once either, because what if they're horrible? So it's really phasing them in to make sure they work and play nice, right? At the end of the day, they're not adding on extra charges because they can.
Yeah.
It's hard though, because you're trying to do that dance between, you want to grow and you want to go, but you got to step lightly too.
Yeah, and I don't, honestly, step lightly is actually true, because you don't want to, they keep talking about recession, they keep talking about this. One of the things that we did so well during the pandemic is it was just us. we didn't bring on any additional resources. The additional resources we had were the ones that were making the treats for us, right? Or the ones that were helping us do some other things in our website or something like that. But as far as it came from fulfillment, it was literally working 24/7, and it paid off. It paid off because we were never out of treats. We always had them. And it made a big difference. So now we know where we are today. It's tread lightly because, yeah, you could do all this and you still have to have treats, and you don't want to grow too fast where you're constantly trying to pay for your product and then you're paying for everybody else helping you with that product.
Yeah, you can run yourself into a real ditch, right? And to your point, I mean, we don't know where things are going to go. You know, there's banking issues in your country more so than ours right now. You know, you've got a couple people sort of teetering, so you never know what they're going to do. So you're in a good spot. You're thinking it through properly. You know, you're extended, but you're not overextended, which is good. You know, sounds like you got things moving around. I'm just looking at the new collection of everydays. You know, you got lots of cool stuff happening.
It's great stuff. And I think the challenge comes into, so we're doing everything. We're treading lightly, but scaling, right?
Yeah.
But the challenge really does come in when you want to be a little bit more innovative. Okay, what do we want to look at for packaging? You just don't have that time because you're physically doing other things.
Right.
So the time that you would want to be innovative, and we all know what happens. As soon as you stop being innovative, people stop watching you.
It's over.
It's great. You have great treats, and we love Einstein Pets. But if you're not innovative and starting to say, hey, look, this is our new packaging, this is going on your shelves, or you're going to hang them on your pegboards, and they're going to sell like crazy. That's an innovation to me, because we can take our treats and put them in different packaging. But if they don't have that great sale factor, they'll never sell, and we'll never get those buyers back.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
Yeah. It's always the, what have you done for me lately, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I told you this, Phil, but what I learned during the pandemic, I should write a little story like when I was in school, what I learned. You realize that all the retailers that said, you need to support us if we're bringing your treats in, you need to do this, you need to do this. Yeah. You realize the pandemic came, they didn't do any of that for us. They looked at the companies that they knew well, like from companies like that, that they could put the treats out there and people could buy them. They didn't have to have that social engagement. They didn't have to worry. So they didn't necessarily support us, but there was some that did, and you paid them back by giving them free shipping here and there and doing other things because they really were loyal. But for the most part, the retail, and you learn that, okay, you got to start looking at outside just the retail shops, the mom and pops, the pet boutiques. Where else do you want our products and where do they fit? Mm-hmm. And that helped us. During the pandemic, we realized that we wanted to be in grocery stores. We realized that we could be in other places that not necessarily PetSmart and Petco, but other places that we would do well in aside from the pet boutiques.
Right.
Wait. So like what? So grocery store, like
so like Whole Foods,
regular grocery stores,
those kind of people,
like
or
those sort of people, or Kroger's. Like what do you guys think about?
Smaller because so we're doing regional. Yeah, well, maybe a little bit smaller than that. I don't want to say yet until we're in.
I'm sorry.
Of those,
no, okay,
right?
no, you don't have to tell us. But
no.
Those sort of plays, right?
Correct, but it'll be small or regional, and we realize because what you have to be careful with, you guys know this, when you go into grocery stores, you have to pay for a slotting fee, and they want free fill. So everybody we talk to, so they could say, and now that free fill is trickling over into the pet industry. I don't know if you know that or not. So now the pet industry is starting to use that term. Oh yeah.
It makes sense though. I mean, it's been used for so long. I'm surprised it wasn't already.
And you wonder like how many of the guys have crossed over now.
Exactly.
Right?
I mean, the industry.
You only do grocery for so long, and then
food guys are now in pet guys are food.
Go
it changes everything, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Correct. And so you start seeing it crossing over, right? It makes sense. People that were in the grocery stores are now coming up with their own treat or their own product, and now in the pet industry. So you start seeing the buyers that say free fill. And you have to kind of go, okay, am I willing to do this? Maybe I'll do half a free fill and the other is a PO, because if they don't have any skin in the game, who knows how much they're really going to sell? They're just going to sell it and make their end of the day, however it sells, and then just move on to the next person who will give them free fill. So we found regional grocery store chains that want free fill, but it's not anything that's going to kill us, right? And they'll give us a PO, and then we give them a few bags per each SKU so that they can have the free fill for their stores. And that's doable. But to say that you're going to do a whole free fill for all the chains and then we'll see if we want you, there's no way. You can't do that.
You don't have to. Like I said, you just do what you're doing. You can dig in. You don't have to do anything, right? At the end of the day, it's up to you who you want to be with and how they want to play. And a lot of those accounts that are doing it that aggressively, probably not the right fit anyway.
And it's funny you say that, because it's like, be who you are, do what you want. Mm-hmm. In your head, you know that, and you do it day in and day out. But then you see, as I was telling Phil before you came on the call, Kenny, you start seeing all these companies that are in here, and they haven't been in business maybe a year, and everybody's clamoring for their product, right? It's like the new on trend, and they jump all over it, and you just go, another 2 years from now, it won't be around. So
but that's my point.
Right.
You take a look in 2 years to see if they're still around. So who cares?
Right. You have to beat your own drum, and you have to do what works for you. Even if it seems like you're growing smaller, but you're self-contained. I think right now, until we get through all of this, whatever this inflation, recession.
The next 2 years.
I would say it's going to be another 2 years. If we just keep going the way we're going, I think we'll survive it.
I think will too.
I think so too. Even if we scale a little bit, just so that we can, because even if we scale it enough that a co-packer is helping us, we can always pull back from that co-packer, right? And bring it back in the house. Doesn't mean we don't have to. We just don't give it to them all at once, and then that'll help us.
And you can also tread lightly in other spots too. Like whatever you're thinking of, whatever you have right now in more of the specialty or true pet sort of places, you don't have to go into with the same SKUs or same sizes potentially into grocery. Like on your the everyday stuff, pick the top 4, maybe put them in a little smaller size, and you see, right? So you're not pissing off the pet side. You know, you're giving something different, but don't overcommit, because now you got packaging and all the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So no recipe changes, but maybe it is worth a packaging change. Maybe it's worth a downsize or an upsize, whatever way you want to go. And if it works, at least you're not, battling yourself in different channels.
I would say that you don't necessarily have to do recipe changes.
I wouldn't.
It would be a matter of,
just package.
I mean, not everybody understands that it's the packaging, and packaging is costly. I mean, we worked some pricing to stay in the U.S. versus going overseas, but we're not a sustainable packaging. I mean, you see that all over. Everybody wants sustainable, but
that's your next iteration, maybe.
It is, but Kenny, you guys had somebody on your show talking about sustainability, and I can't remember who that was.
It was probably
on
Hayden.
That show,
Hayden, yeah.
He works in the industry.
They talked about how people don't want to pay for it, so it's either up to that company to really dive in, and do they have the money to dive in? And so we decided, because the packaging truly is not 100%, because if it were, it would fall a piece, right? It just would fall apart. It just wouldn't work. And even doing 50%, most customers would then have to take it to a specialty place to drop off. So in the pet industry, when you start talking about packaging and being sustainable, it's probably about 5%, but it's another 10 cents added on per bag. It gets so costly.
Yeah.
So that gentleman who was talking about it on your show, he's right. You have to decide, does it work for you, because you're the one who's going to pay for it. Yeah.
Right. That's why I wouldn't touch anything. I mean, what I meant by packaging, like if I were you, if I'm looking at it this way, let's say you're a 150-gram snack in the pet channel, right? And you want to try grocery or mass, whatever that means. Let's pretend it was crazy, and then pick a Wegmans. So a little up and
And we'll be right back.
Okay, Phil.
Hey, Kenny, what's going on?
Another day in paradise, buddy boy. Another day in paradise.
Yeah, baby.
You know what I was thinking about today was we talk about it a lot, whether it's on the podcast or outside of the podcast, even when we're talking about it with our brand, with OGB and the T, is one of the hardest things to do or find in our industry when you're really trying to get your brand to the next level, whether it's in distribution or with a distributor or whatever, is trying to find people you can partner with, trying to find the right people to partner with. Finding people to partner with is not the complicated part. It's the right people.
Yeah,
how do you do that,
partnership.
Phil? And where do you do this? Like, what is this? What does this look like? What does a great partnership look like?
Yeah, so partnership, it is one of the things we talk about the most, is finding the right people that fit your models, that fit what
Right.
you want to do, and then can really bring value. And so,
And get
you know,
right, understand
yeah,
what you're trying to
yeah,
do, and not try to impose what
yeah.
they want to do.
And so, like, one of these people that we think in, so if you are looking for someone who you need to be a health food broker, if you need someone to help you with consulting on your Canadian retail sales process,
Right.
if you need solid national or regional representation, you should be thinking about Perrine and her team at Salute Brand Management. They know the market. They understand. They've been in the market for a long time, and they've got experience and depth in helping you maximize your opportunities in the Canadian marketplace. But partnership is a really big deal. So Perrine and her group is a really kind of solid group that you can lean on to help you grow.
I would agree. And from a personal level, to be honest with you, I mean, I've gone to her for advice and for help, to the point where, we're going to be using her with OGB and trying to get our stuff forward. And the reason is because I love the fact that she's super honest. Her team is honest. They're on it. They're not scared to give you the feedback that you require to make the right decisions. And I trust her. Her integrity is second to none. And just a great team that really understands and tries to listen to what you're trying to do, but make it make sense for our marketplace that we're in.
So if you want to check them out, head to saludbrandmanagement.com. That's SALUD brandmanagement.com/services. And that'll put you in touch with Perrine and her team.
5 or a 200 or down to a 125. You don't change the recipe because it's the same run. It's just at the end of the recipe,
Right.
whenever it gets bagged potentially differently, so that at least the SKUs are different, only in size.
Yeah. And so here's the thing. We thought when we came out with the new everydays that ultimately the 8 ounces would go away. That's not what happened. And the 8 ounces are our original bags. We call them the originals, the classics. And that's not what happened. People looked at us as having more availability of SKUs.
Right.
So now they started buying both lines. Well, I don't know if in Canada, I'm going to say probably yes, but here, every state, you have to be registered in that state for your product, and you have to pay per each SKU that you have, per each SKU size that you have every year.
Okay, Phil.
Hey, Kenny, what's going on?
Another day in paradise, buddy boy. Another day in paradise.
Yeah, baby.
You know what I was thinking about today was we talk about it a lot, whether it's on the podcast or outside of the podcast, even when we're talking about it with our brand, with OGB and the T, is one of the hardest things to do or find in our industry when you're really trying to get your brand to the next level, whether it's in distribution or with a distributor or whatever, is trying to find people you can partner with, trying to find the right people to partner with. Finding people to partner with is not the complicated part. It's the right people.
Yeah,
how do you do that,
partnership.
Phil? And where do you do this? Like, what is this? What does this look like? What does a great partnership look like?
Yeah, so partnership, it is one of the things we talk about the most, is finding the right people that fit your models, that fit what you
Right.
want to do, and then can really bring value. And so,
And get
you
you,
know,
right? Understand
yeah,
what you're trying to
yeah,
do and not try to impose what
yeah.
they want to do.
And so, like, one of these people that we think in, so if you are looking for someone who you need to be a health food broker, if you need someone to help you with, a consulting on your Canadian retail sales process,
Right.
if you need solid national or regional representation, you should be thinking about Perrine and her team at Salute Brand Management.
Right.
They know the market. They understand. They've been in the market for a long time, and they've got experience and depth in helping you maximize your opportunities in the Canadian marketplace. But partnership is a really big deal. So Perrine and her group is a really kind of solid group that you can lean on to help you grow.
I would agree. And from a personal level, to be honest with you, I mean, I've gone to her for advice and for help, to the point where, we're going to be using her with OGB and trying to get our stuff forward. And the reason is because I love the fact that she's super honest. Her team is honest. They're on it. They're not scared to give you the feedback that you require to make the right decisions. And I trust her. Her integrity is second to none. And just a great team that really understands and tries to listen to what you're trying to do, but make it make sense for our marketplace that we're in.
So if you want to check them out, head to saludbrandmanagement.com. That's SALUD brandmanagement.com/services. And that'll put you in touch with Perrine and her team.
Pay what?
Really?
It gets costly.
Pay
Yeah.
the government?
Yeah, per state. Well, we're not Canada, remember? So you have to have each state that you're in. If your product is in a retail shop, you have to make sure that you have an annual license in that state signed off by the state.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, as well
I didn't
as,
know that.
oh, yeah. It's so expensive.
So you got 50 states that you have to. So if you're in all 50 states, you have to have 50 different licenses?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's stupid.
Oh, wow.
And each one's different. So one state may charge you $50 per product, per SKU, by the way. And another state, like let's say South Carolina, is only 15 or 30 per SKU. There's no consistency. It's all whatever they want to charge, whatever they deem that is.
And what are they charging you for, though? Like, what's it for?
Because we're in their state.
Oh, so the honor and privilege of selling in the state.
Yeah.
Ah,
so we're so
it's like a cover fee for going to a nightclub.
Yeah, it's like a bar. Okay, it's a nightclub fee. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. You got the cover fee.
Now it makes sense.
Isn't that crazy?
That's silly.
Oh, no. When you say cover fee, now I understand you. Why didn't you just say that?
That's kind of stupid, though. Like, I mean, why? So you got 50. I mean, you're a country that's supposed to be not so government. You got 50 governments up your butt charging you just to sell in the state. That's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
it's always been like that.
I've never heard that.
I thought I'm surprised you guys didn't know that.
No, we
don't. Also,
yeah.
And we do private label. So this shocks customers when they buy from us. It's truly white label, not necessarily private, but that's what people know, right? Yeah. So the white label, I mean, it's theirs to own. It's in their packaging. They're like, yeah, but it's yours. You're already licensed. Why do we have to? I said, because it's your packaging.
Yeah, it's your
UPC.
Responsible
for every state. Yep.
You're just like, you should be just paying me for the expertise of making the product, right? Like that's
weird, though.
Right?
I've never heard that before.
Yeah,
so a lot of companies want you to, they think they can get away with you because you've already made it, you're already in the States and paying, we'll just piggyback off that. And I'm like, no, it's your product in your packaging.
Yeah, so sorry, but
at the end of the day, you may, right, so sorry, but no. Oh, I had one caller who really tried to figure out any way they could. And I said, look, you're just going to either have to suck it up or don't do it.
Or just don't do it. I mean, what are you trying to avoid? Just don't bother. I mean, seriously, you're going to drive yourself nuts. You're not going to win.
No, not going to win at all. And one of the things, aside from this, so you know how, I think both of you knew that we did a lot of private labeling when we first started out. I mean, if you Google, you could see on And we still do here and there, but because we are a company that's doing so well, that we are actually eliminating some of the private label customers we have. The ordering cadence isn't there. It's not high enough. So if we were to go to bring on a co-packer, one of the things we are looking at is for our private label, white label customers, that they have to have a monthly cadence with us so that it makes sense to do business with them, right? We can do it with you. We can fill your orders, but you have to be monthly or at least every other month to continue the program with us.
That's reasonable. That's how most would do it.
There has to be some product velocity. Otherwise,
I mean, what am I doing this for, right? Then just buy mine. Well, what are you doing a private label?
Yeah.
Right. And at the end of the day, you're just taking from our product and we're giving you our product, but then we have to go order more. So it's it helped us fund us, and you don't want to eliminate everybody, but if they're taking up more time and we have to focus on them and not us, then you have to really go, okay, is it worth it?
Yeah, sorry.
Absolutely. No, that's totally that's
very fair.
Yeah. But I think I can't believe you guys didn't know about the paying state fees and licensing and annual fee. And if you're late, you owe too, by the way. You have to pay for the late fees.
Maybe the distributors, because you guys are so heavily focused on distributors to get product around the country. Maybe the distributors just eat all that. Like they charge you pay, but you don't pay. Do you know what I mean? Like the distributors maybe are taking that.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I don't think they're taking. They might pay for it, but you're going to pay them back. Like nobody's helping you out.
Yeah, no.
That's back to the no freebie thing. No freebies.
Yeah,
no freebies.
I love your little story there. That sounds so nice, but there is no way they would ever agree. They want us to put, hey, what's your marketing dollar? What are you going to do?
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah. So any money for the state, they already expect it to be already paid, and they're not going to have to worry about it. So it's pretty funny of all these little things you have to take care of. And as you grow, things get more expensive.
What? What are you talking about? All right. You can't see my face, but I'm being an ass.
Why are you doing that? Why? Oh, wait, because you're Phil.
Yeah.
I know why. Oh, my God, Kenny, how do you do it every day? You do need to tell me.
I just tune them out. It's just easier.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Hey, aren't you guys going to a trade show or something? Canada's trade show, or did you already go?
We went. We were at the Canadian Health Food Association show, so we were there. That was really fun. Yeah,
it was awesome. Really fun. It was in Vancouver, so Phil came out our way.
Yeah.
So you headed out that way. Well, it's like going to California. Head out west.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, it's actually very similar to that.
The show was
really good. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
really cool. Just like really cool products. Like the innovation is really strong. So yeah.
If you get into Canada, really cool. That's a show that you could do on the Toronto side for sure. Because your products will lend to. They're very clean. They're it's the same customers.
The whole chia based thing it'll work well.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what we want to get in there before, working with private label customers and things like that. We want to make sure that we're getting in there. So I think we will. It's just going to take a little bit, especially with the exchange rate. It's just, it's tough right now to bring us in to, and they already have products that they can use in Canada, so they don't need to bring us in. But fingers crossed that it happens, and I think it will in the next 6 months. I think something will happen.
Oh, that'd be huge. That'd be so cool.
So from where the last time we talked, 2018, to now, that's just a huge jump. That's 5 years ago. 5 years ago?
Yeah. Yeah, because you're right at the beginning, right?
Doesn't seem that
Were
long.
we still in the clear bag with silver backing?
Yes.
You probably
would. Oh, no, you weren't. You were into, actually, I don't know. I think you were.
I think you might have had the bags.
You might have, but when I popped on the site again today, I'm thinking, I know the dog. I just don't remember this packaging.
I don't remember because you know what? I still remember when you launched Luau. Because Luau would have been
really? Oh, yeah.
2020 or 2019 you launched it, no?
2018, maybe, or 2019.
I think we're all showing our
I can't
age
remember. I know, it's so sad. And Luau, if you were at Global, we actually did the whole Luau drink.
It was a whole big thing. I remember.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a great time and a great, launch of the treat. So it would have been that. But I think when we first talked, I seriously think we were still in the clear bags with the silver backing where it looks horrible after it's been shipped to the retailer. But you got to start somewhere. And if you're
I think when I met you, you were still in the foil bags. Because when I met you, I was still at Hubba. So it would have been like 2016, 2017. Yeah, I remember.
Right on the verge of 2017.
Yeah.
And you're like, why? And then you realize, okay, you got to spend the money. You got to suck it up. You got to do the packaging. And those that don't, I don't understand how they think. Ultimately, you can't continue in business with the silver backing bags.
No, sooner or later you
have to start somewhere.
But
it's a rite of passage.
You just work up to
it. You got to work up to it. Yeah.
Right? Because the packaging is nice. So you got neat packaging. I like the packaging.
We're happy with it. I think the classics, the 8-ounce, they look great. They stand out. It goes with the theme of Einstein, right? PB and jelly time, pumpkin time. And then what we decided with the new Everydays collection is just that. It's everydays. It's nostalgic. It's people. It brings back a time of going to the farmer's market. It's, roasting, doing the s'mores. And so we tried to do some of that. And it's funny, without even announcing it, people are telling us that's what they feel it.
I like it.
Oh, really?
I like the feel
cool.
of it.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So I like it. I mean, it's doing well. I could tell you that our farmers market is like a huge hit, and it's huge year round.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we have the backyard barbecue. People love that because it's pork and pineapple.
Yep.
So people just go. And one of the things we always say about our packaging is we've always wanted packaging that people could buy and they can leave on the counter. Not like all this packaging that you put in a bucket or somewhere because you don't want to leave it out. So we tried to create a theme and packaging that would allow people to leave it on their counter.
Interesting.
Okay.
The dogs like cinnamon and coconut and vanilla and all this stuff, eh?
They do.
The recipes. I mean, you read it thinking this would actually make a nice dessert.
But you've never eaten. Did you not eat the desserts with me or her snacks last time we were there?
I don't think so.
I think every show I go to with Kelly,
I don't have a problem eating them. It doesn't bother me.
Her snacks
I'm just because I'm just looking at the ingredient deck. I probably did because I do. It rings a bell now, but
I probably made you have some. You probably
I would.
You definitely made me have them.
When we were little, we don't. Everybody tried the Purina cat food, and we were little kids, and that stuff was horrific.
Really?
And we still. I mean, that was really horrific, like beyond horrific. I mean, this stuff sounds like edible.
Yeah.
Well, it's literally what we say. It's something out of the pantry, right? At the end of the day, you're putting it's oat flour, and people for years people are like, "Why are you using oat flour?" And we're like, "It's the easiest on the digestion." I mean, it's easier than some of the other flours, and people finally came around to it. But it's oat flour that you can make your own treats. It's chia seed. It's pumpkin puree or whole pumpkin after, when you first start. And it's apples and carrots. And like the coconut has apples and carrots and coconut. I mean, it's just, and people like it because it has the cinnamon. Dogs like it because they can smell it. And I can't believe, I know you had to have some when you were at the
I'm sure we did.
show.
I'm sure we did.
I definitely did. I'm pretty sure if I was there with him, I would have made him do it.
Yeah, and it wouldn't take
I mean,
much
I've
to get
eaten
to do.
so many.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me
to.
It wouldn't bother me. I probably did it. Really cool though.
Yeah, but I could never leave the booth, so I never wanted to. There was nobody in the booth with me. All those years, it was just me. This year, I finally had somebody in the booth with me. I could actually leave and go have a sandwich if I wanted to eat.
Just got a pee break.
Crazy. I didn't know what to do with myself. Yeah, those are so important because I would never drink, right? I'd never have water in the show.
No, you can't.
Right, so that I didn't ever have to worry about going to the bathroom. I was like, okay, I can hold it. I'm good.
This looks good though, Kel. I mean,
think about all these things.
absolutely. I like the line. I do. Looks good.
Thank you.
Looks really
Thank
good.
you. I think so too. Honestly, I think I shouldn't even say I think, because we're already seeing it, right? People, the reorders are not just one or two. They're reordering, and then they're ordering more than 3 cases, right? They're ordering 4 or 5 cases,
Right.
and you're starting to see that we're seeing more of 4 to 5 stores that are buying from us versus just the one retail shop
Right.
that would buy. So it's just changed everything. And then I still just find it very peculiar that now that we have the 8 ounce and we have the 6 ounce, that individuals go, oh my God, I need more of the 8 ounce. And not that the 8 ounces didn't sell, but we were always compared to the 6 ounces. So people could not look at a 6 ounce bag and then us next to them and see that the reason the price was more was because we were in an 8 ounce. So now they just sell well on their own. And then we have a 6 ounce that the pricing, the retail price is so phenomenal that people are telling us that it's so easy to sell because they don't have to worry about the price point.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's almost like they needed something
I
to
thought of-
compare to before it,
Yeah,
they
because-
realize what they're happy with.
You know they can't do the work, right?
Yeah,
they don't
yeah.
No,
want to
heaven
do the work.
forbid. Heaven
Work.
forbid.
Come on, Kelly. Oh
I
my
know,
gosh.
I'm being so cynical. That's
Yeah.
just slap my
That's
hand
okay.
now. I can't stop it. The intensity that I have in this business.
It's funny.
Oh
I
my
keep looking. I'm flipping through the webpage, right? Just
Yeah.
looking at different things, looking at the recipes and the menus and stuff. It's pretty good.
I
Right?
love
They're
it.
pretty simple.
Yeah.
I do too. I eat them all the time. I mean, you got to be careful with the chia seed, right? Because all of a sudden it's like, ooh, wait, all right, bathroom break.
Yeah. I'll take a break on that one. Well, I guess that's good for the dogs too. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, it is, right? Because a lot of people tell us that they do the pumpkin when their dog has an upset stomach,
Right.
and they use
Yep.
that, and it helps when they're taking them out for the potty breaks, and
Yep.
they're not worried
Yep.
about, hate to say it, diarrhea, because the pumpkin helps them. It's
Yep.
not the end all be all. It's still a treat. It's not their food,
Yep.
but it's a healthy treat versus some of the garbage that's out there, and there's
Yep.
a lot of garbage.
Yeah.
There is.
That's definitive. That's in
Yeah.
people food too.
Did you know we have dental sticks now?
I just saw that.
No. Really?
Saw that.
Yep, we have dental sticks, and we also have what we call our trainers. Which
And I
is
saw the trainers one
All
too.
the
freeze-dried
trainers. The
chicken.
trainers are really cool.
That's just chicken.
Yeah.
It's just chicken. We do get asked the question all the time of how big are the pieces of chicken?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can they be broken into other pieces? I'm like, is that a real question? And people ask it all the time.
Really?
I'm thinking freeze-dried. Freeze-dried is freeze-dried. You break it up to as
Yeah.
small as you want it
Well,
to be.
it's chicken. You can break
I won't
up.
even answer. I won't even answer the questions. It's stupid questions. Move on, tell them.
Like you can break
So
up
I should just-
chicken any time you want.
Just say Vanucci said that's a stupid
Right.
question. What are you even asking it? Okay, I don't know. Do whatever you want with
It's
it.
the most bizarre thing on social media. People ask the weirdest things. It's bizarre. And you just go, you don't know how to answer it. You just say it can be broken into little pieces, and then they just
What else do you
end their
say?
question.
Honestly.
I don't know. I mean, the three of us are a lot alike, and you, me, and Phil, we both go, okay, that's a stupid question.
That's a stupid question.
I
That's a
think I'm
pointless
just gonna
question.
pass.
What are you asking? That's a stupid question. Give me another question. I'd be like the sports guy. That's a stupid question. Give me someone else ask me a better question.
Next. Yeah.
So I have a question to ask you guys. Do you guys watch Ted Lasso?
Love Ted Lasso.
Yes. Love Ted Lasso. I haven't watched this season though.
Look, wait. Don't go on that. Now look
Okay.
at my packaging for trainers.
Oh, I got to go back.
Do you
don't
notice
I?
something?
Wait. Okay. Hold on. Your
Hang on, hang on, hang on.
trainers.
I can't
Okay,
remember which
look.
trainer's in. It's not in classic. Which one is it in? Everyday.
The trainers is under functionals.
I got to go back to the homepage. Oh, he's got the whistle.
No
Good.
way.
Ted Lasso inspired.
That's Ted
Yeah.
Lasso with the visor.
That's
and I
awesome.
love it.
Yeah.
I
I
love
tagged
that
Ted
show.
Lasso in a post, and I was hoping he would respond, but I got nothing. But that would have been pretty cool.
Come
Because it
on,
was
Jason
definitely
Sudeikis.
Inspired by them.
I think that
Somebody
is so
can make
cute.
it happen.
That's adorable.
Wait.
Oh,
I hope
isn't
you're
it
not hoping that
adorable
we'll
with the
make it
whistle?
happen. We can't make that happen. But
Why can't you do that?
Yeah, Phil, why can't you do
I
that?
don't know. I don't know how to do that. I love it.
You're the
if
marketing
Jason
genius, Phil.
Sudeikis
Figure it out.
would talk to me, but I don't think that's a thing. I'll
I
try.
I tagged them. Well, that's funny. Maybe they'll
promise you
listen
I'll
to
try.
your show.
I think it's so
Let's
cute.
try that. I promise I'll try, but I don't know what happens. Probably
I
nothing
love
comes
that.
of
I
it.
love that.
Love it.
Well, I just think that isn't it perfect for Ted Lasso because it's so
Yes,
perfect with
it
the
is.
visor and the whistle.
Yes, it is.
It's
So when I
it's
tell
really
people,
awesome.
they get it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I
So
think it came
cute.
out good. I think all the packaging, the
Actually, all your
dental strips
packaging came out really
good.
well. I think it's all good. It's
And
all
it has
good.
a theme. And it all has a theme now, right? So you see
Yeah.
the coherency. I can't
Yeah.
even
Yeah,
talk
no, I like
today.
it. I think the whole thing looks good. It's just nicely done.
You know what?
Thank you. Thank
you know
you.
what I love too is like talking to you. Like I love talking to you, but two is I just like that you've kind of like I can hear it in your voice, right? And it's probably been for a while. I just haven't talked to you in a while. It's like you've shifted gears, right? Because before you were, I mean, naturally because the business was growing, but probably not as fast as you wanted. So you were still worried about a lot of things. But now it feels like you've gone to a whole different level. You're starting to really like zero in on things that you want to be able to do, which I think is super cool, right? So like Kenny, I don't know if you feel the same. Like
You
I
kind of
just hear
find
it in
you
her
sound like you
voice,
definitely
right?
found
Like,
found a groove. Like I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
you've sort of not like it feels like you've even the way you talk, like you figured out the game,
yeah,
right?
It's a game. It's people share the things about repurposing treats and packaging and just taking care of the treats so they remain healthy as they're going from your place to a retail shop, things
Yep.
like that. No one shares that information. But you're right. I do have a little bit. I mean, I have that angst every day because it's your own business and you want to see it be successful. But I think right around 2017, mid 2017, I left corporate for good. And so you jump in. And so that angst that you probably heard from me was that it's like, oh my God. I mean, so we have to grow this to buy packaging so that we can sell it on shelves, that we can give it away at ISOs and all this. And you realize you're constantly looking at everything differently. But this time, I think we grew our business. We have something that's very successful. And we've had several companies come to us that were very much interested in buying us. And we know if we sold now, I'd like to think of ourselves as being young. We still have time to serve and work. So we know we're not ready to sell. And then we'd basically be giving the company away, right? Here you go. We did all this hard work, but now we have to go work for somebody. We believe, we just had a conversation with a big financial company and someone else in the industry, and talking to them, we believe in 3 to 4 years maybe that we would be able to sell our business and keep it as is, where they would not have to change anything, because there's nothing in the treats that they would have to change out, right? Or make it so they could reduce the cost, because I've already worked on that all they have to do is buy in bulk and huge volume, and then that cost will come down easily.
Right. Almost turnkey.
So that's where we are. I mean, I think we're in a good place, in a good position to say that in 3 years, I think you're going to, if I have another conversation with both of you together, it's going to be, okay, we sold. We hope that's where we are.
Or throw a party when that happens.
Yeah, no joke.
Oh my God. You're going to fly down, or we have to fly up?
100% I'll fly down. Well, it depends on how much you sell for. Maybe
depends on where you're flying to, though, too, right?
Yeah.
It's summer really nice and warm.
Okay, so just so you know, we're going to sell for a lot.
I know, that's what I'm thinking.
Oh,
so
no,
thinking,
then you fly to us.
Yeah. Or you
We'll
fly
still
us
be
wherever,
here.
or you fly us wherever you want.
Yes. That's the other way to go.
We fly you. Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that piece. How did I miss that?
I don't know.
Oh,
obvious
my
to me.
goodness. Oh, everything's always obvious to you, Kenny.
No, it's because I put a buyer's
How
hat
do I
on.
miss it?
I put a buyer's hat on. That's why.
That's why. And the thing is that I'm telling you, because the companies that bought, Bocce's Bakery, right?
Yep.
Okay, so the company that bought them last year, and you look at what they bought, and Bocce's Bakery has the following, but their product isn't that great, but they definitely have a following, right? And so no matter what they do, everybody clamors for it.
Right.
We're going to be that company, and we're already on our way, because every company that comes calling us, asking to buy us, or they have an interest, or they have a buyer, we know that we just have to sit tight and do our thing and grow this business, so that all they have to do is just transition from us to them.
Right. Got it.
I make it sound so easy, but I don't know if it's really that easy.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Piece of cake. Piece of cake.
Didn't you miss talking to me? Oh my God.
I miss you a lot. I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't think you understand how much I actually miss talking to you. I talked to you a lot before. So, and I miss it. I miss it a lot. So, yes, I do.
Oh my God. Yeah, we had good conversations about everybody, right? We were talking about everybody, which was the best.
Everybody, everything. Yeah.
Hey, are you going to Super Zoo?
No, I will be in Europe.
You said you're going.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Where are you going into Europe?
I'm gonna be. We're taking the kids to Ireland. We're gonna take them to London and then Paris.
Oh my God!
Nice trip.
I've never been to Ireland, but
Nice trip.
that's a great
I've
trip.
never been. I've never been to Ireland, but I've heard
Me neither.
nothing but good things. Like
had
someone I know
a
that
cousin
works
that
for
lived there.
WestJet. Someone I know that works for WestJet, which is one of the Canadian airlines. She says that like of all the places that she's ever traveled, this is her favorite. Is
Really?
whatchamacallit. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I've heard that from everybody. I just never had a desire to go to Ireland, probably because I just want to go everywhere else, right?
Right.
I mean, I've been to Paris multiple times in London, and you could tell that's all where I want to go. I just like to keep going back to Paris because I love it so much. I mean, you just, but you've been there before, right?
Yep. Yeah. It's pretty
so
awesome.
Ireland, you're going to have a great time. Kenny, where are you going?
He's going to Super Zoo.
No, we're not. I don't think we're doing anything this summer.
No, I'm just joking.
I don't think we're doing anything this year.
Yeah.
We've talked about. I don't know. No, we're going to probably New York in June. We might go back to New York in the fall. I like New York. And then we'll see. I think next year we'll probably do Germany because Euros in Germany next year. Soccer. So we'll probably do that.
Do you think it'll be good, the exchange rate?
No, but I don't care.
Oh yeah, Euro. Are you guys on? You're not on Euro.
No, Canadian. No, Canadian
pound.
That's what I thought. You guys will.
We take a bath everywhere. It doesn't matter. No, we take a bath with our currency all the time. We're used to it.
Oh, so then if you guys are so used to it, you would think that the distributor would want to bring our treats in like right away. Then they're used to it. The
problem with Americans when they come up here, they all have to treat the country differently. You have to come in. You can't do Canada at US dollars. It just doesn't work because you'll be so far outpriced. I mean, the product will be up here at $16, $17.99. How do you do it?
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, we're used to exchange rates, but we're not. Doesn't mean we're going to go out and buy it. But when we go to Europe, we're used to it. It's going to be $1.40, $1.50. I mean, whatever. You just work it in.
Yeah, you just know that like on vacation, you're going to pay.
It's a different world, but I don't want to pay $17 for 8 ounces of dog treat, let's say, right? That's starting to really
push. You don't have to.
Right. Well, if you come up with the exchange rate that you're at, though, that's the reality of it, right? Because I think we're $1.37 now or something like that.
Really?
So $10 US is $13.70 Canadian.
So there you go. So what is it when you are buying a bag of treats? Let's say they're 6 ounce. What are you guys paying for when you're Canadian?
I don't know.
Like $9.99 or something like that.
Yeah, like $7.99 to $8.99 somewhere in there.
They're really, really natural and nice. I'm assuming they'll be $7.99, $8.99.
What is
so what we would price them for the U.S. So the challenge is if we had the distributor bring us in, they're not going to be able to do them at $8.99, which is what our price point is.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Correct.
No. Yeah, it won't work because remember the distributor also is going to take their 25 or 30.
Yeah.
Then the retailers want probably a 40 to 50 margin.
Probably 50.
The groceries even up here in pet would probably do 40. Because if you came up here, you're not going to do just pet. You're going to do grocery.
Correct.
There's not enough people, but it's not popular. We don't have that. You have to do grocery.
So if we look at Amazon Canadian, which we are, we're looking at like doing bundles with our bags so that we can make them worthy for people to buy them.
Yeah, don't tell them
Okay.
that. It's just the shipping's going to hurt you a bit.
Yeah.
Yep, I know. It's
The
just
shipping
it's
up here is
always
really
something.
expensive. Really expensive in Canada.
It is here. Didn't you see my article? Oh, you didn't see my article.
Yes, I saw it. I saw it.
You saw it.
I saw it.
You even said something to me. I'm like, oh yeah, could send me that article. You're like, you're the one who was in the article, you idiot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't read well. He tries, but you know.
No. I said to her, though, what was it? It was on my phone. Like we were texting back and forth, and then
Yeah.
we were talking about something, and then
We were talking about, I can't remember what it was, Phil, but we were talking about something about shipping and freight. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I have this really good article. I'm like, really? Oh, send it to me. It was something about I had this ship
oh yeah,
somewhere.
so we were talking. So she said, by the way, we're working on getting a distributor into Canada, and I said, awesome. And then I was asking her, is it going to work though? Logistics is always a bitch. It'll be much worse. And then I said, I know this article you should read. And she said, oh, great, send it over. I'm like, no, dummy. I was talking about your article. Like,
That's so funny.
Little slow. I never said I was a
so
fast one
funny.
there. I was
Funny.
a little slow on
That's
that
so
one.
funny.
I know. Oh my God. It's just been crazy. And we do need to talk more often, Phil. I
We
feel
do.
better.
we do. I
You
feel
both
better
are
when
busy,
I talk
aren't
to you.
you?
What's that?
Yeah. You both are really busy.
Yeah, it's been a
So it's all
little.
good. It's all good.
I think we're just.
You're not doing just podcasts, right? You're doing more things besides the podcast.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
all sorts of things. We got our hand in all sorts.
There's
of
lots of stuff going on. There's always stuff going on.
all sorts of silly things.
Yeah, just things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Just
things.
Multiple things. You guys are,
Mul-
you have never sat. You guys are always moving and doing something.
We
Feels like it.
try. We try. I think that like it's also a little bit different because like the two of us now, we do a lot together as well. You know, and so it's been really fun. It's just been like the two of us trying to get everything like put together and then actually working on the same page has been
Interesting.
work, right? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
been some work. So yeah.
Oh,
But
that is interesting.
yeah.
I can't. You're gonna have to fill me in at some point when that comes to fruition. I'd love to hear about it.
Yeah, right now it's a work in progress, right, Kenny?
Every day is a work in progress.
Yeah.
Thank God they're good days.
Oh my
That's all.
God.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's all good. I agree with you. It is all
It's
good,
all
right?
good.
When
In
you
the
can
grand
do your
scheme
own
of it.
thing,
Exactly.
yep.
Well, and we're doing stuff we love, right? So how can you,
Yeah.
you know, how are we going to argue with that, right? As we're really doing stuff
Well,
that
because
we
they're
love
still
to do.
stressed.
Yeah.
It's still very stressful.
Yeah.
I try
Yeah.
to pretend I'm not stressed, but my doctor just told me you have high blood pressure. I think I need to do something about it.
Really? Oh,
He would
Kelly.
think I wouldn't have it because I'm very vocal, right? But
Yeah.
that's not the case.
Robert, get on that. You got to fix that. She's got
Yeah.
high blood pressure. He's like, I'm getting high blood pressure from
Are
her
you
getting
kidding?
high blood
We
pressure.
We're now drinking beet juice every day. Have you
Oh,
ever had
Jesus.
beet juice? It's a powder.
Oh,
No.
yay.
No.
Uh,
It tastes like
Wait, why? Because it helps with your blood pressure, or?
yeah, it helps a lot. And then we take a beet gummy too. It's condensed into a gummy,
Hey,
and it's actually
Natural
really good.
Health Network.
Yeah.
We have someone here suffering through beet juice. So could somebody help out, please?
That's so funny.
If there's a
Beet juice.
remedy
right?
or something,
Exactly.
like hit us up, please.
It's supposed to be the beet juice. It's supposed to be phenomenal. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it helps.
Let's see.
I think it's also I need to get up and go walking. I just haven't found time for that.
Yeah. But
I know.
that's everybody, right? That's all of us. So we all need to.
It is all of us.
We all need to do.
Oh my
we all need to
God!
do
I can't
more.
believe I'm talking to you guys, and it's so funny because we talk about everything and nothing.
I know. I love it.
That's
How is
that's
that?
that's the fun of it. That's the point.
Yeah. That is the point.
That's the point. That's the whole fun of the game, right?
Yeah.
It is fun. I just go on when I talk to you guys. I'm like, oh, so yeah, let's talk about this. I don't feel like talking about my company. Let's talk about this.
No, we love it. It's exactly why
That's how we
do
do
what
it.
we do, and then
That's
that's why
exactly.
we talk to you. We love it. But
Just
we
remember,
are.
so I was number 27. So if I'm 300 today, maybe I should be like you when you hit almost like 500. I'll come around that time again.
That's 3 years from now or more.
No, you need
What
to
do
be
you mean
around
3
more.
years?
What's 50 a year? 52 a year.
Yeah, because we do
you
one
could
every
do more
year.
than that. Oh, you do one every year?
No. Oh, sorry. No, we do one every week.
One every week.
Year.
So
One
it's
every
52 a
year.
year,
Oh,
right? So
that's a
this is
lot.
300. Yeah, it's a lot. It'd be
Yeah,
4
it's
years
a lot.
before we got to 500.
Yeah.
Takes a long time.
Yeah.
Unless we
well,
get Phil to do more
it'll-
podcasting.
You could, Phil. I mean,
You
everybody's
got to see
doing
his
it.
face.
Come on.
No, Kelly, let that one go.
No, I'm not amused.
Oh.
I'm not
No,
amused
move
by
on.
that.
Move
Like,
on.
I'll need to scale somehow. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll have to find somebody to do all the
I'll help
Yeah.
back end stuff.
you. You've seen how quick we've done it. I'll help you.
Okay. You
Exactly.
got it. Oh man.
What were you going to say?
Listen.
Cut you off?
No. I was gonna say I have to cut you off because we're
Okay.
We're overtime.
we're done.
That's fine.
We're overtime. So but
Oh,
will you please come back?
yes. I'll definitely
Yeah,
come
let's
back.
have
I
something
love
really
chatting
exciting
with you.
happening. So if
Yeah.
you're coming to Canada, or I guess if you ultimately
Oh my god, if you
Well,
come into Canada, let's do it.
let us know.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
sure.
You know I'll be reaching out to you guys
Yeah,
if
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah, for
happens.
sure,
I mean,
for sure.
it
Oh,
will
anything
happen.
we
I
can
just
do to
don't know
help.
when.
Yeah.
No, let us know if there's something we can do for you.
Yeah. Okay, one thing that Phil can do for me is get a hold of Ted Lasso, the creator, or whatever his name is. And
I
say,
love
"Look,
that
I
one.
got this bag. It was inspired by you." There you go.
That's it.
I know.
I
You
will-
got your, you
I'm
got your
gonna work
marching
on
orders.
it.
Phil.
Yeah, that's
Do your
the
thing.
sure. It'd be a piece of cake. Yeah, no problem.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Nothing. No problem. No problem.
Yeah,
So
no
I
problem.
know we got to go. I'll let you guys do your thing.
We love
Thank
you.
you for having me on.
Thank
Yeah.
you for
I love
coming
you
on.
guys. Yeah. All right.
Take
I'll
care.
talk to you later.
Okay.
Sounds
Take
good.
All
care.
right,
Bye.
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 I'm waiting to buy. Bye.
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 Bye.